Yeah, I do want to do one thing. While we're on the topic of Destiny 1 discussion, boom, we're going to settle this once and for all, chat. All right, here's what we're going to do. So while we're on Destiny 1, we're going to rank these Destiny 1 exotics off the top of my head. Like if you ask me today how I would rank these exotics, because we get a lot of discussion about this commonly. So we're going to go through and I'm going to rank these all. Don't get mad if I place them in a wrong order. I'm going to place them as I go and adjust them. And then afterwards, we're going to bring up chat and we're going to argue about this and see how wrong I am and who disagrees. I'm not going off anything specific, just purely based off memory. We'll go S tier, which is obviously the best of the best, absolute top tier, undeniable, the best exotics, legendary status, legendary exotics, if that makes sense. A tier is very, very good. B is like solid. C is like, D is like, nah, not this one, chief. And F is just absolutely garbage tier. I'm going to think of each gun the whole 3 years. So not exactly when it launched, 2014, or what it ended up as in 2017. We're just going to do as a whole how I'd rate the weapon, but we're going to talk about each one as we go. All right, so Abaddon, the Solar Thunderlord. It's a good exotic, but compared to what it was, it is just a solar version of Thunderlord. It isn't anything remarkable, but it was a very good exotic. We'll put it in B tier for now. But like I said, don't get mad if I put something somewhere. We will adjust as we go along, and I'm sure there's things I'll forget. I forgot about these red exotics. I can't remember half. What is this? The Abyss Defiant, I want to say? These are literally just legendary weapons, but with elemental burn. The only reason these ones were exotic was because of elemental burn. So it doesn't really count as much. So I think these ones we're probably going to put in, I know, we'll put them in D tier for now. I might be offending a lot of people. Ace of Spades. Again, I think I might offend a lot of people. Ace of Spades, but the thing is, you can't think of D2 Ace of Spades. Remember in D1, it was a Hunter exclusive and it wasn't very good. I think this one's probably going to be around a C tier. I'm thinking a C tier exotic. I'm probably offending a lot of people. But again, don't think of the D2 Ace of Spades. The D1 Ace of Spades was not anywhere near as good as D2. This thing might be one of the worst exotics ever. Very bad. Aethion's Epilogue. We'll put it in D tier just because it's Aethion's Epilogue. Bad Juju. In Destiny 1, this is I'll put it a B tier. Get your super energy. Black Spindle. Black Spindle, I'm going to put this in A tier, not S tier. Because again, this is the Spindle. This is not Black Hammer. Black Hammer was the infinite firing one, which was good. Black Spindle in Destiny 1, different to Destiny 2. This thing did not have infinite ammo. Yeah, Black Spindle, it was good, but it wasn't as good as Black Hammer. So it's not top tier. Boltcaster. This is a very good exotic. Boolean Gemini. See, again, I'm trying to think of the broad spectrum. I'm trying to think of PvE, PvP, when it launched, if it got buffed or nerfed, its perks, and how much we actually used it. Boolean Gemini. Yeah, it's probably about D tier. This thing, I actually quite liked it just because it's got decent damage. Dark Drinker. This thing, Dark Drinker, that's tough. It's definitely an A tier. I don't think S tier though. I don't think Dark Drinker's S tier. I want to say the Smite of Moraine, Doom of Chelcha. I don't even know. This is, yeah, this thing's not very good. All the King's Fall exotics were very not good. Dragon's Breath. Yeah, I'll probably put that down there. Drake's Promise. Although it was a very cool weapon, I'm probably going to offend a lot of people with this one as well. Drake's Promise is probably, only because of its vibe, I would put it F tier, but only because it's decent in Crucible. It's a bit memey and it's a bit unique, but let's be honest, Drake's Promise. Yeah, let's be honest. Fabian Strategy, this thing is literally a meme. It's got to be an F tier, I'm sorry. It's got to be. Titan Mains, you've got to agree. A Fang of Iyut, I want to say. Again, a Crota one. This thing is, we'll put it there just because it's a cool arc primary weapon. And again, elemental primaries in D1 aren't a thing. So, especially in year 3. So we'll take it just because it's a primary with arc burn. We'll take it. The exotic Fatebringer, probably about there. Well, it wasn't very good, was it? It wasn't worth an exotic, but it was kind of decent. The exotic Fatebringer, yeah, I think about a C tier. The exotic Fatebringer was a decent one. This thing was not very good. I can't even remember its name, but it's the Wrath of Machine primary hand cannon. It's hacker. Yeah, it's garbage. No one's using that ever in anything. This thing was pretty decent. Genesis Chain, I want to say. G-Horn. You guys are worried for a second. It's got to be S tier. It's got to be S tier. It wouldn't be anything but S tier. Let's be honest. G-Horn might be the best exotic in Destiny history. Not even in terms of power, but in terms of just it's iconic. It's one of the most famous items in gaming history. Like it's in gaming culture, the G-Horn. It's famous. All right, we're nearly there. Like I said, I'm trying to be objective about this from the whole spectrum. Hardlight in Destiny 1. Hardlight in Destiny 1. I don't think it was very good. It didn't have element, did it? It was kinetic. It just had a ton of kick. Hawkmoon. I think it's got to be an S tier. It's got to be. It's legendary. It's iconic. Yeah, I mean, it was unbelievable in year 1, but it was PlayStation exclusive, remember? And then year 2, it was nerfed. And then year 3, it was buffed a little bit. It was made quite better. Hereafter, yeah, this thing, I'm just going to put it there just because, like, Cool looking weapon, but its perk was a blinding flash when you got like I think you had to get headshot kills or something, and it was yeah, not very good. Icebreaker's pretty top tier. Icebreaker's pretty top tier, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's gotta be. I mean, just the soloing Destiny 1 Nightfalls sitting in the back of a corner, gotta be. Invective, I really like Invective. Cool weapon. Wasn't as powerful, but it's a cool gun, especially in vanilla when it launched. It was a good gun. It generates ammo, so there's that. Kvostov as an exotic was doo-doo. Lord of Wolves in Destiny 1 was doo-doo. Mida was, I'm trying to not think of the Destiny 2 version. Remember, Destiny 2 was broken when it launched, but Mida in Destiny 1 was, we'll put it about B tier. Monte Carlo was not very good in Destiny 1. In Destiny 2, it's a lot better. Necrochasm, probably around here. Again, usability. Well, it did get buffed, didn't it? It got buffed in year 3. The Nemesis, what is it? Nemesis Star? I'm pretty sure it's called the Nemesis Star. I'm not even looking any of this up. I'm just all off memory. If I can remember all the names of all these things without even looking them up. Nemesis Star. This was decent, but nothing remarkable. Nothing remarkable. No Land Beyond. I might offend some people with this. Might offend some people for sure with this. Yeah, I think I put it B tier. I mean, in terms of, you know, usability for everyone, I know some people were very good at this gun. Crucible was decent, but it did launch awful. This thing was it was it was one of the worst weapons in. I don't even know how this thing got like approved to launch in Dark Below. It launched so bad. All the Dark Below exotics were awful. No Land Beyond, Dragon's Breath. There was a couple more, but Dark Below are not of good. They're not of good exotics. No Time to Explain. This was like a Black Hammer style primary weapon, which is coming back in Destiny 2 with Beyond Light, which I'm looking forward to. Should be a lot better. Thinking probably around there, to be honest. Nova Mortis, really like this gun, very cool. Outbreak Prime, one of my favorite exotics. I think this thing's just how you get it, the quest line, the raid. In Destiny 2 is a lot better, obviously, but in Destiny 1 it still was a very, very good gun. I'd put this in, I'm putting it there purely because the quest as well. We're factoring in the quest with this. The way you obtain this is one of the best quests in the best puzzles ever. What we got? This thing. Oh, yeah, we're just putting it there. Just go there. Patience and Time. Yeah, it wasn't very good, was it? It had features. Maybe in year 1 it was okay, but it wasn't very good. Plan C. Yeah, it was just kind of there, wasn't it? Plan C. Again, this is a 2014 exotic. This was very good at launch just because it was like, you could switch to it really quickly if you got a kill. And I think just switching to it was really good. No, the charge time was quick on the first bullet, I believe. I'm just going off memory with all this. The fact that I can even remember these perks is almost a miracle in itself. Yeah, we're putting it there. This thing was okay because it's good fire rate, but still. Queenbreaker's bow in Destiny 1. Was it even good in Crucible? Queenbreaker's bow in Destiny 1? Again, very good in Destiny 2, but in Destiny 1, I don't think Lord of Wolves, Dreg's Promise, I don't think any of them were that good in Destiny 1. Lord of Wolves obviously is Destiny 2 famous, but again, forget the Destiny 2. This is going off Destiny 1. We'll put it there just because it's cool. It's a cool weapon, and I'm pretty sure it was decent in Crucible. It was usable. Raise Lighter. That's S tier. That is just such an iconic sword. I would put it, might be personal bias, but I would put it above. I think some people might put Dark Drinker in S tier as well, but Raise Lighter is just, it was the Gala sword. It just delete anything. See something, delete it. So yeah, Raise Lighter's got to be up there. I'm liking how S tier's looking. G-Horn, Hawkmoon, Icebreaker. These are, yeah, I think it's pretty, I'm liking the ranking so far, but we are going to go through and tweak. Red Death. Red Death I'm putting in B tier. I like Red Death. I got a soft spot for Red Death, and it was very good at launch. It wasn't very good in year 2. Actually, no, the thing was the other way around. I think it was bad at launch, and it got really good in year 2. But getting health back and getting the reload, Red Death is good. Really good. Sleeper. It's a very cool exotic. Even better in D2 again. Sleeper Simulant. Probably going to put this in B tier. This thing was, isn't this the same? Was one the pulse? I think one's the pulse rifle. I want to say Smite of Moraine. I don't know why that name comes to mind. Smite of Moraine. But the pulse rifle is actually decent. The pulse rifle's good, I remember. The auto rifle is garbage. This was okay. The pulse rifle, the Rise of Iron pulse rifle. Super good advice. Cool in concept, but wasn't very good, but still a cool exotic. Probably put that in there. Seros Regime. Seros Regime is pretty iconic. Seros Regime, I'm thinking C tier, maybe B tier. We'll put it in C tier. It's just there. It's good. But again, much better in D2 right now. Try not to think of the Destiny 2 versions because things were very different in Destiny 1. And again, I'm trying to think of across the 3 years of Destiny 1, not just the first year or the last year. Telesto. Again, wasn't that remarkable in Destiny 1. In Destiny 2, it's one of the most famous exotics. Telesto in this game, yeah, I'll put it there. It was still strong. It was still strong. Fourth Horseman, I think it's F tier. It was garbage. It was absolutely useless. Chaperone. Chaperone's a good one. but it's very niche. The slug shotgun. Chaperone, I would probably put, we're going to put it here. But again, that might just be my bias. If you use this weapon a lot, I'm sure that might be a tad higher. But for me personally, I didn't use it all that much. The first curse, this one's even more niche. I'm probably putting it down there. Very cool exotic though. Very, very cool exotic. Very cool to use. Very satisfying. High skill weapon that. Jade Rabbit in Destiny 1 was very good. Putting that about there. It's also PlayStation exclusive and Taken King. The last word has got to be, last word's got to be A tier. It was just, I mean, it's so unique. This was a 2014 vanilla exotic. And think of how unique this thing is. The way it's the fanfire and just, for its uniqueness and its crucible prowess and the amount of complaints this thing got, it's got to be A tier. This thing was quite a disappointment. Young Wolf's Howl. I don't know where I'm pulling these names from. These are names I haven't said in years. Thorn, right there next to last word. Thunderlord, putting that up here. Thunderlord's very good. Above these two. Talarlock. I'm putting that up here. That's personal bias. I love Talarlock. It's so good. If you weren't a Warlock, you probably never would have used it. I wasn't even a Warlock, but when I did use it, I always used it. Touch of Malice. We'll put that C tier. It's not good, but it's obviously a raid exotic. It's got a purpose. It's cool quest. Looks amazing, is unique, so isn't very good, but we'll put it there just because it's quest and just because it's significance. Nearly done. This is the Trespasser. This one's okay. This is a Rise of Iron exotic. Truth was top tier. I'm putting that in A tier. To be actually A tier or a B tier. I mean, Truth was one of the best exotics in just Crucible because it gave you 3 rockets, tracking, like this thing will follow you home like a week later. Truth will never let you out of its sight. So you could shoot this thing on Venus and it'll come catch you on the Cosmodrome. Universal Remote, this thing had its time in the sun around Year 3, the end of Taken King. This thing was broken. We'll put that about there. But again, for the majority of Destiny 1, it wasn't very good. Vex Mythoclast. Yeah, it's gotta be S tier. It's gotta be top tier. Again, because it was the very first raid exotic ever. Like you gotta think about, you gotta use perspective. At the time, the 2014, the very first raid that Bungie have ever tried and the very first exotic and how it looked, how unique it is. This thing, the Found Verdict's exotic solar version, I would put this, I think, probably the highest out of all of the reprised exotics. This thing, what was this thing called? The little Crota hand cannon. Something of Crota, maybe? Something of someone? Who cares? It was bad. This thing, this might be the worst weapon in Destiny history. This thing, I'm pretty sure I started reloading in 2015 and it might have just finished. I think it just finished reloading just now. But this thing was such bad handling, such bad recoil, such bad reload. An exotic version. Yeah, that thing is so, I don't even know its name. Zen Meteor, that was a big disappointment. Zen Meteor, such a cool looking exotic. I'd love to see that in Destiny 2 with a good perk. But the whole thing lights on fire. It's one of the best looking exotics in Destiny. But you have to get like 3 headshots in a row in order to get a slightly boosted damage shot. Not a very good gun. And Xalo Supercell, very consistent exotic. Xalo Supercell, we're going to put about here. I think that's how we're looking. I think that's how we're looking right now. All right, so let's bring up chat and let's argue about this. All right, so what do you guys think? Lot of opinions. All right, Sleeper is S. Where'd I put Sleeper? Sleeper's in B tier. A lot of you guys saying Sleeper. This is hilarious. All right, so Sleeper Simulant. A lot of you think it should be higher. You don't think of the D2 version with Gambit that was a laser. In Destiny 1, it wasn't incredible. I'm trying to think if we ever used Sleeper for like boss. I guess we did use it for boss DPS sometimes. It was good in Trespasser C tier. Yeah, Trespasser's Truth B tier. I think Truth lower. Nah, Vex is S tier. I'll fight you for that. Vex is definitely S tier. Last word S tier. I mean, I would be open to that consideration. But I think for me personally, again, this is my bias showing, but I personally use Hawkmoon more than Thorn and Last Word. So Hawkmoon's got that little edge. Pocket Infinity. Yeah, Pocket Infinity isn't on here. Yeah, poor Pocket Infinity, man. It didn't even make it. How you gonna do Pocket Infinity like that? Where would you put Pocket Infinity? Let's just make it up and then I'll edit it in. I mean, Pocket Infinity was like Telesto for Destiny 1. It just broke everything. And it was very unique, but it was awful. Wasn't very good. Pocket Infinity, I'd probably put in D tier, I'd say. C tier. I mean, it wasn't usable. It was just, you just burst out all 8 it. No, definitely not. Yeah, Pocket Infinity, I would probably put in either D tier, maybe C tier, if it's lucky. If Hawkmoon is S, then Thorn and Last Word are as well. Yeah, I might. I'm tempted, but I think that's just my personal bias showing through, personally. Yeah, I'm trying to look through it. A lot of you are saying Queenbreaker. I think I don't remember Queenbreaker being that good in Destiny 1. Dark Drink is S. Dark Drinker might need to be S, to be honest. No Land Beyond, where'd I put that? No Land Beyond's B tier. But I think for most people, like, it was that gun that your one friend would use all the time. and be somehow really good with it. Move down Thunderlord, Abaddon, and Nova Mortis. I mean, I'm putting Thunderlord up there just because it's still very good, and it just looks so good, and it's famous. It was the first exotic ever shown off in Destiny history in the very first demo. The emote Hawkmoon, never, not a chance, not a chance. I'll fight you for that. The one things I'm considering, Dark Drinker and maybe Thorn or Last Word. Thorn and Last Word are famous, so I do feel like they might be, yeah, I think, yeah. Especially, well, they were Crucible only. They didn't have any PvE utility, but then again, neither did Mytho or Hawkmoon. Yeah, fine, I'll do it. You persuaded me. I'm putting these two up in S tier as well because they are famous, and the lore as well. You got to take into account the lore. Probably some of the best lore of all the exotics in these two. So I can see that. I can see that. I think that, yeah. Even though I might not have used these two as much as Hawkmoon, I think they do deserve to be up there. Fabian Strategy, Beast pushing solid A, not a chance. Absolutely not a chance. This thing is staying so far down here. This thing's, I think we can bump this one up there because it's usable. These things are all pretty much, this one's only Titan only, sis. This thing was unusable. Recoil is out of control. This thing is garbage. This thing pointless. This thing was not very good. Well, you know what? I'll move it up by one. It's bad, but you could melt Skolas with Arc Burn in the original prison, so it was usable, and we did use it to melt a boss one time. So we'll put Fourth Horseman up there. Red Death got a pretty high rating. Red Death is pretty high. Super good advice is F tier. The Oversoul in Crota, you could fire, didn't take ammo. Super good advice is a cool concept. Just mulligan every bullet you miss, and it got buffed as well. Every bullet you miss, and it was one of the first ones. It was an exotic quest. Move Outbreak to S. I'd consider it. How many of you guys think I should move Outbreak to S tier? Again, not Outbreak perfected. It doesn't have the catalyst, all the crazy stuff in D2. Yeah, I'm seeing about half and half. Yeah, I'm not seeing enough. It's not unanimous. It's not unanimous enough. There's a lot of S tiers, but I'd say it's about 60-40. Now, a Touch of Malice can't be beat. I mean, it wasn't usable outside of anything but one specific encounter. Dark Drinker's S tier. Dark Drinker. I mean, it was just, yeah, Axis. Yeah, I think I would put it up there. I would put it up there, to be honest. We'll put it up next to Raised Lighter right there. And we'll put the 3 exotics next to each other. 3 hand cannons. I think that's fair. How was Necrochasm so high? I mean, it did get buffed. It was decent. Its latest version, it wasn't good for the very first year or two. But the last year it did get better. They made the explosion, the curse for explosion. Necrochasm's decent in Crucible. It's like Doctrine, and with explosions, with good explosions. Necro's decent. I'm happy with C tier. Dregs promises filthy in PvP. Where did I put Dregs? Did I put it in? It should be a bit better than Lord of Walls. It does go to show the exotics in Destiny 2 are significantly more powerful. Like if you think of all the Destiny 2 versions of all of these, they're all so good. Like Bad Juju, amazing. Well, let's just go through which ones are in Destiny 2. Last Word, amazing. Thorn's amazing. They kind of brought this thing back. This one's going to come back. Spindle's even better in D2. They kind of brought this thing back. Outbreak is much better. Thunderlord is much better. Truth is better. Bad Juju's amazing. Mida's amazing. The Crimson's amazing. Sleep is much better. This is amazing. Monte Carlo's very good. Queenbreaker was very good. Suros, Telesto. Yeah, literally all of these. Jade Rabbit's very good. Which of these are in D2? Hardlight, obviously. Lord of Walls is obviously broken. Fourth Horseman's decent, but still not that great in D2. And that's about it. But yeah, I mean, the D2 exotics, we could do a D2 one maybe another time, but the D2 exotics are a lot more powerful. But I think this is a fair listing. Yeah, I like that, honestly. I like that rating. I like how this looks. I just want to get this, settled once and for all. We just had to settle this.